Hello, 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 hello. Such a good night. Such a good day. Such a good day. If you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching the replay, definitely comment replay. If you are available to watch, definitely come on in and let's talk about structure. Let's talk about subscriptions and memberships and preparing your business for 2030, preparing your business for the future, and growing your audience and discussing barriers and all of those things. Because this is what it is going to take. Okay? This is what it's going to take. We're in a new era. We're in the creative era. We're in an era of intelligence. We're in an era of the polarity opening up. We are in a space in our society where people really do have to come to grips. Like, am I seriously focused on my own evolution? Because creating is also a part of your healing process. So excuse the way I look today. Excuse the way I don't have much makeup on. I did just a little bit so I can get on this camera. But I want to make sure that everybody is very clear on what they should be doing in order to make their business work, what they need to prepare for. And I think it's going to be very, very important for people to start taking this seriously, because this is really what it's about. Like, this is really what it is all about. And you're going to have to make a decision. And you're going to have to be very clear about your intentions. You have to be very clear about the things that you want to do as a creator. Creators now, there is a need for good content creators, individuals. Hey, Ashley. Individuals that actually want to leave a mark on this planet. Like, this is literally about your sacred work. This is literally about the love of what you're doing. So if it's about lifestyle, right? If it's about health, if it's about real estate, if it's about hair, if it's about veganism, if it's about feminine energy, if it's about pets, what are you going to talk about? Like, what do you want to be known for? What do you want to stand up for? What is going to be a part of your story? Because at this point in time, right, everybody is working. I'm seeing it all around me. I saw, if you follow me on TikTok, I talked about how I saw this woman. She was a young woman, young black woman, and she had her tripod. I mean, not her tripod. What are those things called? The selfie stick. She had a selfie stick. And she was in Target talking about, she was in the tech section. And she was filming herself. She was doing the, hey guys, da, da, da. And I said to myself, everybody was just walking past her, minding their business. And I'm looking like, this is really something. We are really here in this era. Like, this is really real. This is real. I remember 5 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago, people did not take content creation seriously. They did not take content creation for real. Like, no one really thought that this was going to be a thing, right? Until it became a thing. And you have women that are in their 30s, you have women in their 40s, you have women in their 50s, even 60s, creating content, like creating thought-provoking content, critical thinking content that is really getting people to start just really getting the ideas brewing, getting the conversations going. So this is really, really the time in the season for you to start like making some very, very big decisions about your future, like about your business. And this is really now, and I'm going to be honest, and I'm glad Asia's on here. Asia, welcome to the Contrarian Collective. I got to put her up in the stories because she just joined this evening. But I'm mentioning Asia for a reason, because she specializes in personal brand and personal brand strategy. You're on to something, Asia, because you have a lot of people right now. I'm talking to everybody at this point. Like, you have everybody right now. What is being attached to your name? What is being attached and secured to your name? Your name's sake is what's going to stand the test of time during a time where the people that you admire so much, the people that you love so much, the people online that you follow and that you adore and that you respect, these people have something that is attached to their name that makes them memorable. These people have something attached to them that will, people will never forget. And so you have to like almost flow in that same way. Like, if you want to be memorable, if you want people to remember you, what do you want them to remember you for? Because perception is everything. So whatever you're creating, whatever you're putting out there, it's got to be good. You got to have it already. And see, this is another thing too. I'm going to be very honest with you. A lot of y'all struggle so much because you're trying to attach this to money so bad without, and people think I'm playing when I say this. When you don't worry about money, money comes. When you don't obsess over money, money always comes. When you take your hand and stop micromanaging God, the money comes. When you stop worrying about where it's going to come from and how it's going to get to you, it comes. When you start worrying about how you're going to do this and how you're going to do that, when you start worrying about how you're going to pay this and how you're going to pay, all of these things start to happen because you've started to ignore spirit interference. You start getting in the way of the interference. And I promise you, I'm coming right back to content creation and subscription. So I'm trying to set the foundation so that y'all know where I'm coming from. Because this really is a time in the season for us to start making some key decisions. And also, we need to start changing. We need to start doing the work. We need to start actively doing the work. We need to start actively and focusing on how we are going to do this work. Which leads me to the next thing. Structure. This was a revelation, and I was like, God, should I share this? Because sometimes when I get revelations, many times it could be just for you, and sometimes it can be for the collective, right? So law of one. But sometimes it could be just for you, customized for you. But what I'm saying is that this revelation came to me last night. A lot of us, the reason why nothing is coming together and why a lot of things are not cohesive in our lives, the reason why we feel like we're all over the place is because we don't have structure. A lot of us do not have a schedule. A lot of us do not have a sense of routine. And the reason why you're scattered, and see, this is where we bleed into conversations around masculine and feminine and what's masculine about, you don't need no to-do list. You need to just flow. You need to just know you really need a routine because you don't know what you're doing. And you're talking about order. The revelation is this, is that wealth is order. Wealth is order, okay? It's abundance, seen and unseen, which means that if you're talking about building wealth, you're talking about the next 250 years being secure. order, which means that there's documentation, which means that there is protocol, principles, right? If you don't have order and structure in the minimum pieces of your day, then how are you going to hold $10 million? How are you going to hold 20 million? How are you going to hold money? You have to show yourself worthy of that type of money. I don't care what the prophet told you. I don't care what they said at the revival. I really don't care what they said at baptism service. I don't care what they said at testimony service. And I definitely don't care what they said at the summit, at the conference. I don't care what they said over there. If you don't have structure and order, your money is not going to come on a regular basis. And you're not going to see the wealth on the other side, because that kind of result and that type of outcome comes to a person that understands order. That doesn't come to a chaotic person, because a chaotic person doesn't understand structure. Stop trying to build a 7-figure business without structure. I don't care how many kids you got. I don't care how much trauma you battling with. I don't care. You can build a 7-figure business and start and see when you declare something like that. When you say I'm making $5 million, I'm thinking $1 million. I know I'm supposed to be a millionaire. That kind of person has to have something in structure in place, because it requires discipline. Because if you are not training your mind, if you're not training the body to behave in alignment and to meet the energetic frequency and the energetic match to what you are trying to go after, it's not coming. You're just going to be working in a business over and over and over again, but nothing big is going to come to fruition, because that comes to a person who has structure. What does that mean, Jay? Can you break that down for me? Okay, gotcha. What does this mean? That means what hours am I selling? What hours am I creating content? Am I setting aside a day or setting aside hours out of my day in order for me to create content? What is the time of the week that I need to set aside to research data and research information around my niche? Am I reading? Not TikTok or Facebook being my source of information, but am I subscribed to the Wall Street Journal? Am I subscribed to Forbes? Success Magazine? Am I reading case studies? Am I studying different types of companies and looking at how they do business, instead of talking about how billionaires ain't doing this and how they ain't doing it? Am I watching the marketplace? The marketplace now is talking all about memberships and subscriptions right now. See, everybody's moving. There's a lot of movement going on, and I love it. It's like a different energy. My friend, we were just texting each other right before I came on live, and she was like, girl, Christmas is coming, and everybody working. Everybody working. Because right now, it don't even matter. All this, lace and pretty and all this stuff, none of that matters anymore, because I'm going to tell you this. If you are still worried about your bishop talking about you, if you still worried about your mother talking about you, if you still worried that your grandmama going to see your content in your lives, if you still worried about your ex and his family all on your stuff, and people that they making up all these to watch me, they can watch all day. You need a little resistance. Some of y'all need to realize that everybody got resistance. Everybody got resistance. You ain't exempt. Because the story that's going to come later is going to be greater than before. You got to go through some stuff to refine you. Because what you not building ain't little. And all of y'all that's running and hiding behind these 9 to 5s, you're going to get a rude awakening because you ain't been building. Where's your email list? Have you been growing your email list? No. You still on trying to figure out which one is the best. Just pick one. I told y'all, don't ask me about what do you think about Flowdesk? What do you think about MailChimp? What do you think about? I don't think about nothing. Find one, use it, change later. I was thinking about MailerLite. I don't care. Find something that's cost effective. Choose it, learn it, put it together, put out a lead magnet, get some free resources on the books, put a couple of offers up there, and let's go. Because if y'all, all these people talking about they want to start a membership, I want to start a membership, I want to start a membership, you ain't starting a membership and you ain't got but 3 people on your email list. That's not happening. So what do you have to do? You have to build an audience and you have to concentrate on engagement. You cannot have the same 2 people engaging with your stuff. You're going to have to show your face. You're going to have to go live. You're going to have to post content more than once a week. Okay? You are not there. Y'all stop looking at people's content and they made 8 figures talking about they only post once a week and they got $16,000 a week off of it. That's not you. You're not there. If you have not cracked the code at $20,000 a month, you are not there. If you don't have $20,000 in monthly recurring revenue, you're not there. If you don't have $50,000 worth of revenue coming in every single month in cash, you don't listen to information like that. You don't listen to them. Listen to the information that it takes for you to get there, because this is 2024. You didn't run in 2020. Some of y'all didn't run. So this is the maturation of the market. You're coming in at a time where everybody already know the game. 2020, you still had people that knew the game, but it was a lot more plentiful because cash flow was flowing. So now you got a lot of people now that are in the game and that played the game and they know it. So you're going to have to show good content. It was a guy that I saw, it was a post where this dude said, you know what, let me read it. Because I sent it to my friend. I got to see where. Baby, everybody working. Feminine women. You got women right now that are trad wives. They working. They creating content. Baby, don't let this stuff fool you. I'm going to stay at home mom. No, you creating content. And you getting paid. Ain't nobody playing. Ain't nobody. Listen. This dude said. Because we already know this, you know, everybody calling folk modern and all this kind of stuff. Everybody working. This is modern times because y'all gonna stop letting these folk out here gaslight you. You know, I'm a traditional woman. No, if you creating content, you are in 2024. Okay, so this and she's a woman. I just saw her name. I did, and she said, I'm creating content. She said, I was posting on YouTube for 77 days straight. Listen to me. I just want to listen. I was on YouTube posting for 77 days straight. First, I did 30 days straight, and then I did 77 days straight, and posted 2 to 4 videos per day. She posts so much. I don't want to post that much. Says the woman who said they want to be a millionaire. You got to go ball. Excuse my language. You got to go balls to the wall. Y'all fail to remember you're not in 2020 anymore. This is not 2020 anymore. Some of y'all are starting from scratch. Some of y'all are starting from a place of trauma. You gotta post past your issue with social media. You gotta post past your camera quality. You gotta press past that, and you gotta post past it. You gotta post past this. See, these are the kind of things that I'm going to be talking to the Contrarian Collective about. Definitely the matriarch. Some of y'all need to get into the Contrarian, because that's going to be my next move. I start my next move before the move happens. Like, I'm overlapping. I'm starting the next movement now, because this is the mood going into 2024. You don't have the luxury of sitting down and waiting. And I know I've said this before to some of y'all, and feel free to share this live, because I'm going to give you a couple of things that you need to like really, really focus on in these next coming months, because the climate is going to get very thick with propaganda. Is going to get very thick with people getting online and spewing all kinds of foolishness. It's already been happening. You have got to start making a decision. Like I said, feel free. Send this, share this broadcast. You can send it to somebody's DM. You can tag them in the comments. I need you to realize that you are it. You got to get structured. You got to get structured. All that extra stuff that you was doing before, all this extra, just nothing was coming together. I told y'all that if you're going to be here, I'm being very honest with you. If you are going to be here, you got to learn how to be here. Which means you need to get your stuff pretty. If y'all are sitting there doing content from your desk, and you need to find money and get your stuff ordered from Amazon. Get your ring light. Get your little shirt mics, whatever them things that you need to go ahead and order. Get that stuff together. Get your backdrops, whatever, your little couch, your little pretty little stuff. Get your stuff in alignment. Get your stuff ready. Y'all stop overthinking this stuff. Ain't nobody got time to be. What do you think about? We not thinking. We thinking and creating. Don't get up in 2030 and then you find that you log on Facebook and it's $29 to get on the thing. $29 to access Facebook. When they start doing this? When you was asleep. You've been asleep for 5 years. Some of y'all been asleep for 20. Sleep. Not doing anything, just sleep. Ain't got nothing going on. Sleep. $1 million is not coming to somebody that doesn't know how to hold the energy of $1 million. 2 to 4 videos per day. Does she have kids? It doesn't matter. What if I told you, yeah, then what? Is she married? Because I have a family. Sleep. What other excuse do you need to make? In fact, if you got excuses, keep them. It's got to be in your bones. It's got to be in you. I have told y'all this 1,000 times. Some people will say entrepreneurship is not for everybody. It really is. It's for the ones who want it. It really is. Everybody has the capacity to work on their own. If you can get up out the bed and get out out of the house and go drive to somebody's job. You got the ability to do things yourself. It's just that you don't want to try. You don't want to put yourself out there because you're scared of falling on your face. And you're scared to be embarrassed. You're scared to be ashamed of the decisions that you made. Because there's a little girl still inside of you that's looking for validation. You don't have self-validation. You don't have that, and you're not trying to work on it. Self-validation is, somebody said this in the comment section, and it just kind of made me sad. Self-validation. They can talk, you can go toe to toe with me in the comment section. I'm always going to get the last word. It depends on what kind of tribe you want. It depends on what kind of people you want following you. It depends on the authority you're going to hold online. What kind of tribe do you want? What kind of community do you want to build? Everybody has the ability to build a community. Everybody got the ability to do that. The people who have been able to build strong communities and will continue to build a strong community going into the next year, going into 2026, going into 2027, are individuals that take the time out to learn so much about their audience and ask questions and understand that right now, this is the project that they have to build in order to scale. And then on top of that, you're learning as you go, and you can make different types of offers, as that one being the foundation. But it takes you having structure to engage and build community online while you can. Right now, this is the time in the season where you don't have to have a lot of advertising dollars in order to build your community. You don't have, like, the organic reach, yes, is very low, but there are so many ways for you to expand their reach. And it goes back to Facebook Reels. Facebook Reels is one way that you can bring people to you, because most of the people that's going to see the Reels are going to be individuals that are not following you currently. Facebook Reels pushes out to other people that are not in your network. So when you go back and look at your analytics, you can see that, wow, 98% of the people that view my content or came from that piece of content came from non-followers or non-friends. Same thing with TikTok. TikTok, you're going to get over 100% organic reach. It's 118%. That was the last stats. I think it went down a little bit because advertising has picked up. And usually when a social media platform grows its user base and grows their advertising dollars, the companies and small businesses and solopreneurs that start to put money towards advertising, that's when organic reach starts to decrease. Same with Instagram. But see, Instagram and Facebook has had the longest run out of the big three, out of the big four. So with that being said, a lot of people are trying to figure out, like, oh my gosh, okay, the market's so saturated. These are people that are watching everybody and they're not creating anything. The reason why you think it's saturated is because you're not doing the work. That's all that is. You're not trying to be the best at what you do. I'm just going to be straight up. A lot of you, to be successful, you have to want to be the best. I'm sorry. You have to want to be the best. And you have to, like, kill that humble mentality. Like, I just want to be humble. Like, you want to be low. That's low laying. Like, don't sit there too long. You only need your humility to learn something new from somebody. That's the only time you'll need your humility, and then you back up to being the best again. When you want to learn something new, a new skill set, then you have to lay your background down. You have to lay your degrees down. You got to lay all of those trophies and certifications down so you can learn something from some, because all the things that you've learned in the past did not move you in the way that you need to be moved. So if you're going to do this, you need to get comfortable with creating. You need to clean up your social feed. You need to clean up your space of creativity, which means in your house. If you are working from home, you need to get the space ready to create. don't be asking me, well, what do you think I should do? What do you think I have family, I live with family. I don't care who you live with. Make a decision that you need to hurry up and get up out of there so you can get your own space, because I'm going to tell you this. If you don't have space as a creator, you're always going to feel trapped. You're always going to feel clogged. You can't create the way that you want to create. So the key is that you need to hurry up and create so that you can get out of there, so you can get your own space so you can create from there. Because just because you live with your parents, or just because you live with your significant other that you can't stand, or just because you live with your friends and there's 6 of y'all in there and you got all this going on. Nobody, you had to do those things because you needed to heal and responsibilities got too big for you. And you suddenly realized that you needed to take a little bit of a breather from having too many responsibilities and start thinking about how you want to run your life and how you want to, sometimes a lot of this is reflection conversations that we're having with ourselves. But you don't have to sit there. Because once you understand and come into an awareness that it's you and God at this point, then you need to start getting God ready. Like, listen, what do we need to do so that we can shift and get our own space to create even better content, to talk about things that I want to talk about, to talk about the things that my people need to hear, to talk about the things that my community needs to really learn about. Like, they are not on top of this, and I need to be that person. I need to be that individual that brings the message to the forefront, because freedom of speech right now is still open. Censoring is going to get heavier and heavier. You need to get your stuff together. Those of you with heavy opinions, good storytelling, Mika. I know she's like, what? Mika, I'm calling her because she's an amazing storyteller. Y'all have to start getting your skills together. You need skills. You need to spend no more money on nothing else but skills. I keep telling y'all that. If you don't like people, get out the people business. If you don't like communicating, get out of the communication and business period, dealing with other human beings. Get out of it. Just be in the back somewhere and just not talk to people. But don't say you want to be a coach. Don't say you want to be a consultant. Don't say you want to be an educator. Don't say you want to be a virtual this and a virtual that and you don't know how to talk to people. You don't know how to be disciplined. You don't know how to communicate. Get your calendar and sit your booty down at that desk. Clean it off. Hang your clothes up. Clean around, mop, sweep around your desk. Throw all them old papers away. Get all that clutter off your desk. That's just sitting around doing nothing. Laptop, just stuff just everywhere. Just get it clean. Clean the energy around your business. Make it smell good. Like Amazon has stuff so cheap. Have stuff so affordable that you could just get online and just say, I can give me a little mic. I can give me a little something. Some of y'all need to order a new computer. Some of y'all need to get y'all software updated. Some of y'all still operating from the same iPhone 6. You need to upgrade your software and stop saying that you ain't got no money. Go make money. Go create money. God will send you. You don't know how God gonna bless you in the years to come when you're talking about creating. When you're talking about, and you're serious about creating, and not only you're serious about creating, but you're creating as a business, which is what y'all need to start adopting business principles in your creation process, because you are in a capitalistic society. You're in a capitalistic society talking about you don't care about money. Yes, you do. Stop paying them bills and see what happens. You'll be out on the street licking split, looking buck-eyed. This is the fourth industrial revolution. Ain't nobody got time to play with you. Adidas just made their first AI commercial. Actors and actresses, count your days. This already happened, baby. Adidas is not finna pay people. You better teach. You better create content. Get your stuff in order. Vacuum. Get your books. Get your stuff in order. Get on a schedule. Get on the schedule. Get on a routine. I got all these kids and I got all this. Put your kids on a routine. Why ain't you get them on a routine? I don't care how old they are. I just want them to be free. They're going to be free and you're going to be free and broke. I don't care about how many kids you got. I don't care how many folk you're taking care of. Stop saying that you want to be a millionaire and you're making excuses about you not becoming a millionaire because you have an environment that you don't have any control over. If you can't control your household, how are you going to control millions of dollars? It's not coming. Do you not get that? I've never seen so many people make excuses about what they got and what they, I got all this going on. So, this is the age of Aquarius. Y'all remember I said that we out of the age of Pisces, where there was a hierarchy. But you don't understand, I got this going on. Age of Aquarius is, I don't care. That's the age of Aquarius. That's the energy that we're shifting into. Nobody's going to care about how many kids you got. Your kids ain't going to even care. Because I told y'all. What did I tell y'all? What did I tell you? Love is not time anymore. Love is now money. Why do you think men are mad right now? Why do you think a lot of women are struggling right now? A lot of folk is mad because love is now money. Love is security. If you love somebody, are you securing them? Y'all want to hear that? When I start talking like that, I lose about half of y'all because that's triggering. It's triggering. You're a business owner. Calm your nervous system down. That's your job to be working on that. You need to be working on your nervous system. Why are you not working on that as a business owner? Why are you not working on that? Get help for that. Get help on your nervous system. Stop acting triggered all the time because somebody says something you don't agree with. Some people are going to keep their problem because they don't want to fix it. They have dreams of fixing it, but they're not going to fix it. Some people dream of fixing problems, but they're not going to fix the problem. I will tell you until you're blue in the face, you've got to build your community. You've got to build your community. But how do I do that? Engage. Wait, I don't want to be on social media all day. Okay, well, get off. We always talk about what we don't want to do. We always throw that out, but we'll go and get 4 jobs. We'll go and get 4 jobs, baby. We'll go and get all the jobs and then say, well, I'm just getting caught up. No, you need to be building your community. Because you can't catch up to something that is 0. 0 plus 0 equals 0. 0 squared is 0. You're making it up. Just get off the internet. Just get off social media, period, if you're going to keep your excuses. Facebook is paying people now. Did y'all know that? Some of y'all didn't even know that. Some people, I ain't know that that's you 3 years, 4 years late. Some of y'all are like you've been online and scrolling all this time and nobody told you and you didn't know this. There are people right now like, I didn't even know. Social media is now a wealth sport. It's becoming a wealth sport. It's becoming a wealth sport. You've got to engage with your community if you're going to build one. Makita said, she said, create, log off. You know, just, you got to create and engage, then log off, because you still got humans. People ask me, like, how in the world were you able, like, I launched a membership yesterday, and it's in beta. So we're doing 3 months, right? And then we're going to keep going if it makes sense. And then people will be able to decide if they want to do that. The reason why I have, and I'm not boasting about this, and this is a very much so a teachable moment, okay? I want to make sure that people understand what I'm saying before they start making like, well, what is you? The reason why when I put out offers, people jump right into them. Number one, I deliver what I'm saying I'm going to do, okay? I'm a good deliverer of what I say, because I don't like people coming to me and saying, I don't like this, and you ain't, I deliver, okay? I'm 98% of the time I deliver. And the only time I'm saying 2% is because I may be sick or something, or I may forget something. But I'm going to make up for it, baby. I always make up for it. I am a human, okay? Number 2, I spent years you see how I emphasize years? Years building a community. Years. Not 2 weeks and expecting 100 people to buy my offer. Not 3 months and expecting people to just drop whatever. Years. I've seen people come and go. I've seen people love me today and block me tomorrow. I have seen people ride with me for the last 4 years. Some people and God is so good, because I got people on here that have seen me since 2019 when I first kind of, really, really started. And I got people in my proximity that remember me from 2014 when I had my coaching business back then. Years. Labor. In the vineyard where y'all don't want to go. I'm so shy. I'm an introvert. Years. This is a long game. You don't build a business and you see all these people talking about, Rachel Rogers, she got rich. I remember the day she went viral. I was in the group when she went viral. Rachel was nobody. Nobody knew Rachel until she went live talking about Marie Forleo. And that was it, baby. She skyrocketed after that. Off of somebody. After. That's why, I like Rachel. She all right. But I remember the day. I was like, oh my gosh, she is going off about Marie Forleo. But why am I bringing that up, right? I'm not mad at Rachel. I think it blew me away when I saw her on the Target screens when she promoted her book. And I was like, wow. I said, I remember the live that she did that changed her life. I was there. I witnessed. But I will say this too, is that you have to have a voice that is courageous. That girl turned that phone on. Turned that phone on. And said something that was controversial. She dared to talk about the behavior of a woman that people respected for years in the coaching space. She dared enough to do something outside the norm. And this is what the contrarian movement is all about. Yes, Maddie. Go ahead. the point I'm making is, it's not about her and Marie. The point I'm making is that she did something outrageously different. A lot of people, their viral moment can be, I don't know, they could say, I went live 100 days straight and this is what happened. Yes, I do too, Kyla. She said, I like Rachel and I like Marie. They both know how to get it back. And my whole point is, I'm looking at, like, you have to go against the grain a little bit. When you go with the masses, nobody listens. It's when you provoke thought, when people start to listen and take in consideration what you're saying and saying to themselves, like, you gotta dare to be different, and you gotta dare to be courageous. If you don't lose that need to be validated by people who will never, ever, ever want to learn from you, if you don't stop leaning in and trying to please and appease the very people that will never, ever, ever pay you and never, ever value anything that you put out on the internet, if you don't learn to detach from the satisfaction and approvals of people that want to see you down and broken and up under their armpit, if you don't get from up under the approval of folks that see you as a little girl and not as a grown woman that can make her own decisions and build her own business, if you don't learn how to grow up, put your big girl panties on, if you're a man on here, put your big boy drawers on and stop hiding. You're hiding. Like, men, y'all, this is your lane wide open. I don't even know why men even, like, I don't understand that. That's why God cannot, like, I don't want to come back here as a man. But if I do, I'm going to run it. Because what is happening, women, you got to stand on business. You don't know how the world is going to shift. Because I'm going to tell you this, God's voice going to get quieter and quieter. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Some of y'all already know this. God's voice is going to get very, very quiet. He ain't going to be talking to everybody no more. Thank you, Marquita. God is not going to be talking to everybody. He ain't going to be doing a whole lot of loud talking, and he ain't going to be doing a whole lot of, this is the word from the Lord. You better start learning how to listen. You better start learning how to listen. You better start learning how to listen. There's going to be a famine, absolutely Christian, of the word. And if your ears are closed and the third eye is dark because you didn't try, I don't care how many times, I don't care if you've been saved since you was 3 months. I don't care if I've been delivered and nothing is moving in your life. Because your faith is going to come by hearing. You may have to launch an offer at 3 o'clock in the morning. Y'all want to plan too much. Ain't nobody got time to plan. Y'all want to plan everything. Can we plan? Nope. I'm going to tell you what this is going to look like. I'm going to tell you what you need to do. I'm going to tell you where you need to go after. That's why I say them laser strategy sessions. You need to book one, because I'm going to tell you this. This is how you're going to make money. Now, if you don't want to take that information and flow with it, be my guest. But if you don't run and get your stuff set up, because the biggest thing you need to do is build your audience. I just put it out there. Y'all notice when I say I just launched this today, I don't have time. I don't do all them. You know, I don't do all that. But that's me. That's why I said when I'm a business coach, now I teach women how to do things their way in their energy. I don't want you to do what I do. You ain't got to. If this feels too much for your energy, then I get it. You ain't got to launch. If you build a community and you keep building a community that people can relate to, but not only just relate to, but they see themselves in the end game when you talk. Like they see themselves on the other side when you open your mouth and have a conversation with people online, even through content, written content, and things of that nature. When they see themselves on the other side, you're able to build. And people begin to trust you. And they begin to take your information and your advice and apply it. That's when you start to invoke trust. But if you are not putting the trust out there, don't get mad when nobody picks up what you're putting down, because you haven't done the work to push that through. Because much of business is all about making strangers followers, or making strangers a part of your community. Making strangers, people that you've never talked to before, people that you've never seen before, into customers, into clients. But at the beginning, you're going to be leveraging your warm audience, people that you already know, until that dries up. And once that dries up, you're going to have to get some new people that you've never heard before. And that's the part where a lot of y'all stop moving. Y'all don't know how to turn strangers into customers. You don't know what that looks like. You don't know, and you don't want to learn because you're scared. You want people to, and this is why some of y'all get online and spew about how, my family doesn't support my business. Your family they're not supposed to support. They don't have to. If they do, that's beautiful, but they're not required to. That's the thing that y'all don't understand. Business is business. Chick-fil-A founder don't talk about who doesn't support their business. They just build the business, and they have a dynasty. They have an empire. All these people have empires. Walmart, the Walton dynasty, that's a dynasty. Madeline, I said yes. Sorry, y'all. This is nothing. I'm a mom, so you're going to get this hollering. You're going to get this hollering. You're going to get this Maddie. You're going to get this. The dog, I ain't calling her name because she's quiet. And she left me alone, because the time I say her name, she's going to come over and start scratching on me. Okay, I'm going to leave y'all with this. Engagement starts with you getting on the radar of people that you don't know. Engagement is getting on the radar of people that know you, but don't know much about how you work, but you would like for them to get to know you. Kyla, I'm glad you brought up the word trust, because this is another thing I'm going to say to y'all too, is that if you don't learn how to trust yourself in these, like, I've gotten to a place in my life, and I'm going to tell you how deep this is. I've gotten to a place in my life where I trust myself more than I trust anybody else. I trust myself more than I trust anybody else. I'm talking about more than a man, more than the president, more than... Like, I trust me. I have my own back. I have my own back. I know I have my own back. If I let myself down, So, trusting is the ultimate result. You got to get people to trust you. Ain't nobody finna give you $5,000. Ain't nobody finna give you $10,000. Ain't nobody finna give you $15,000-$20,000 for a deal, and you're not putting the trust out there. There's no trust. The trust is not out there. The trust is not moving because you don't trust you. You don't trust God. And I told y'all, a lot of y'all trust God's existence. You trust God for everybody else, but you don't trust God for yourself. And that's very unfortunate. You don't trust God for your own vision. You don't trust God that God is going to deliver what is promised to you, because you're still struggling with other stuff, and you can't, like, you're still holding a lot of grief from things of the past. But at the end of the day, you cannot keep running away from the work that it requires. The foundation has to be proven first. You got to do your own foundation. You got to make sure brick by brick that you are laying the foundation for your people, for your community. No one is coming unless you build the foundation, and you've got to build it wide and deep. You got to build a base. You've got to build a reliable community. You got to build that for your business. And this is not about like, oh, I'm building no, you're building a community, because this is the age of Aquarius. You're not building people to worship you. That's not what we're doing. We're not building people to have power over. You're not anybody's leader. You're a leader, but you're not their leader. Does that make sense? That's Piscean. Piscean age is, I'm a leader over this flock. I'm the pastor over this flock. I'm the bishop over this flock. I'm over these people. These are my spiritual children. In the age of Aquarius, where we are right now, and I know some of y'all that mess with y'all a little bit, is that we're moving to an era where people have to fend for themselves. This is your walk. And when I hear people say things like, everybody is so offended, this is why they don't come to church. No, they're not coming to church because people found God outside of the church, and you're mad because you want somebody to depend on you and for you to run over, for you to lord over. I'm getting the matriarchs ready to not need me. People are not offended. Now there is church hurt, and I think that the people not acknowledging that it's church hurt, and they're gaslighting you to say, well, you don't like rebuke. Of course, nobody likes rebuke. You don't like correction. Ain't nobody trying to correct. Like, why are you trying to correct grown folk? Why is this so important to you? That's Piscean. That's lording over people. You don't want to be corrected. We're not children. We're adults. These are grown men and women. And it's because they're outside of your outlook and outside of your control, outside of your sight. And you can't control them to bring you resources so you can keep the doors open. That's a problem for you. This is why Jesus said, I can't strive with you always. I have to go. And the disciples were clenching on for dear life because they didn't want a life where he wasn't there. But he had to leave. I don't think there's anything wrong with feedback. And see, feedback or constructive criticism is offering feedback if the person is receptive to it. And you can, and just because somebody gives you feedback doesn't mean you have to take the feedback. I want that to be very clear. People get mad that you don't take their feedback and use it are individuals that do want to control your actions and control what you're doing. Independence is a threat to this system. Free thought is a threat to the system. This is why the 10 Commandments is going back in the school system. An ancient text, instead of 2024 going to 2030, going to 2035, they're putting thou shalt not. Kindergartners don't need to know about coveting and adultery. That's what we at. The programming is real. This is why there is no free will. You're giving children, you're not even giving them a right to believe anything, because you're giving them what to believe. You're giving them information about adultery, and they should be learning how to share, and they should be learning their shapes, the colors, and how to read. Why are they learning about adultery? Why are they learning about covetousness? Why are they learning about all this other stuff and honoring their, all this, their children? That's because the Piscean age is leaving. And when you don't have the reins and the control over people, that rattles them so because they want to gain control back. Free thought is a threat. When people say things like, oh, you're leading them astray. You're leading the people astray. First of all, they're not children. And nobody can lead anybody astray. That's not even possible. You have to already be thinking and being curious about something before you move on over into something. But leading people astray is because you want control over these people's brains. This is why I don't even get mad anymore. I don't get mad. I don't get upset. Y'all are adults. Y'all are grown people. She didn't do what I told her to do. Maybe do you. If I recommend a strategy and you go and do your own thing, I ain't mad. Okay. You the CEO. That's why I always tell people, you the decision maker, baby. That is my door. Y'all hear that? Matt, I told you yes twice. I screamed up there and told you yes. And get your dog because she loud. Okay, but get her. I'm live. Everybody laughing on the thing. No, when y'all say, bird! Oh. Yeah, because I need to get ready to get off of here. What time is it? 9:30, y'all? Because some of y'all in the bed. Starting tomorrow. Starting tomorrow. Get yourself together. Clean off your desk. Bless your desk. Anoint your workspace. Anoint your house. Anoint your windows, your doors. Anoint your space to work. Anoint all of that. Learn how to speak over your space. Your creativity is ready to emerge. It's ready to come alive. There are no rules. Like, how many times should I post today? I don't care. 7, 10, 1. But make sure it's a routine. Make sure it's structured. If you're going to do 5 a day, structure. Structure your content. But also, give yourself space and time for you to create and create effectively. Kristen said, how many videos did that lady on YouTube do again? Let me go back. I'm going back to the thing. Let me go back to the message before my computer cuts off. She was posting on YouTube for 77 days. Y'all need to write this down. 77 days straight. First, she did 30 days straight. And then she did 77 days straight. So she did 30 first and then 77. Okay? So it's equivalent to 2.5 months, right? 30, 60, yeah. And she posted 2 to 4 videos a day. You can do content batching. Like, you can batch your content. I'm not saying that every day you got to upload 3. Oh, that's not working with my energy. I need you to, before you start talking about your energy and your spirit and all this other stuff, you're trying to sound like everybody else. I need you to create because you want to. I need you to create because you know you need to. Stop listening to everybody and saying what they're doing. And my energy is like depleted. No, your energy is, the money is being held up. That's where your energy is. That's when you should be worried about your energy. Y'all whine and complain before you get to the 5 million. I don't understand. You don't get to complain this season. You don't get to complain. You don't get to say what you don't want to do when you ain't got 5 million in the bank. You gotta add that liquid. Well, everybody don't want to be a millionaire. Get off my life. This is the millionaire talk. That's why I say I don't understand people be on people's lives and content that don't even you don't want nothing I said. So why are you here? You just here to argue and be triggered all the time. Cause babe, I'm talking about this. I'm talking about this. I'm blue in the face. 5 million. When you get to 5 million cash, liquid cash, then you could start complaining about what you ain't gonna do. Ty Lopez, you need to follow him. Everybody need to follow Ty Lopez. Ty Lopez still creating content. Still. He on TikTok more than ever before. I said, Lord have mercy. He be on Instagram. Period. I mean, just what if? I'm just going to throw out there and I'm going to get off of here. Just what if? Thank you, Kristen. She said 115 days left. There's 115 days left. Just what if? I'm just going to throw something out there. Let's just play with this theory. What if you just posted on YouTube every day? What if you just posted content, a video of yourself talking about your business or talking about something that's very important, you making an offer or whatever, every single day for the rest of the year? Like, I'm just gonna throw that out there. It doesn't matter what the kids screaming in the background and all this stuff. Like, what if? Thank you, Kristen. Yes, Ty. T-A-I. Lopez. Like, just putting it out there, just play with it. You know, the theory. Then it's structure, right? So structure your day. Get your routines into your morning routine, your night routine. You know, get your fruits and vegetables, your little snacks and all that kind of stuff. And just, get your stuff together. Make your space nice. Like, what if I just went all in and didn't care about how much money I was going to make, or if I was going to hit $30,000 a month? Like, I could put it out there, right? You can put it out there. Toss it to God and let God catch it. But just, what if you just released from the need and the outcome of trying to hit 30K months instead of just understanding that my creativity is going to get me there? What you're going to do is ask for offers, get people to join your email list, continue to nurture, and just, what if? 115 days is enough time for you to go from where you at to a completely different life. Did you know that? Like quantum. I'm just saying. Like, I literally want you to start thinking about, like, oh, nobody is coming and nobody's doing this and nobody's following me and nobody is. Stop doing it. 115 days left. Tomorrow is it. Like, stop saying you burnt out. You ain't burnt out. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You ain't burnt out. You just talking. You just stop trying to sound like everybody. You are not burnt out. You are not burnt out. You just was in a misaligned business structure back then. And then a lot of times the reason why y'all burnt out is because the money was so easy. And now the money ain't as easy anymore. And you really actually have to be an entrepreneur. You don't get to be an entrepreneur only when the getting is good. When everybody getting checks, $600 checks and $1,200 checks and $2,200 checks. Like, that ain't, like, real entrepreneurs are out here right now. And I'm going to tell you this too. Real entrepreneurs are actually still making a lot of money right now. My business has not suffered. I have not suffered. And I thank God for them. I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful. We have not went without corporate contracts, opportunities, course sales. We make course sales every single day. And I thank God for that. Just what if? What if you just laid it all on the line? Just stop Just stop worrying. Like, put the amount down. Like, in 115 days, I want to generate, that per month. Just put it out there. Just throw a number. You can even be daring to say 100,000. But the thing is, you can't attach yourself to that. You got to attach yourself to God. You got to attach yourself to faith. And that comes by hearing. That comes by living by faith. Because without faith, it's impossible to please the law. The Lord. Law. So the law won't work for you unless faith is a part of the equation. And what does that look like? That's trust. I can't love somebody I don't trust. If you say you love God, like some of y'all say, I love God so much. No, you don't. Because you don't trust. You don't trust. How you gonna love somebody and worship somebody every Sunday that you don't even trust? You trust God for a parking space, but God forbid $10,000 cash a month. You can trust God to find your keys, your car keys in the house. But I can't dare trust God for a contract. I can trust God to go to sleep at night knowing I'm going to wake up in the morning. And I'm going to be safe all night long. But Lord have mercy. I can't trust God about a master class. I can't trust God that my business is going to... I can trust God that my favorite shirt is going to be in stock. I trust God enough to... I'm shouting and running around and rolling all over the floor and hooping and hollering and screaming and shouting. But as soon as I walk out the church, I'm looking, where we going to eat today? I ain't got no money. What? I done just shouted my lashes off. And I get the audacity to go out the church and ask people I need to get home. I ain't got no gas money. You talking about the same guy you was shouting about? Okay. That's crazy. That's off. 115 days. 115 days. 115 days. 115. I need everybody to put in the comment section. 115 days. 115 days. Thank you. Thank you, Kyla. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you. Who else was on here? Donica. Hey, Donica. Hey, Quenisha. Hey, Michael. I don't know if Michael's still listening. Maddie, come and get your dog. Camille. Yes. Hey, Whitney. I don't know if Whitney still look. I just saw Whitney. Nicole is watching. Ogechi. I hope I'm saying it right. Ogechi. Gentries. Yes, Sasha. Marquita, of course. Dominique. Yes. I don't know who else is watching. Christian. 115 days. Dorinda, Asala, yeah. Amy, Zoe, Courtney, like 115 days. Okay. 115 days. I need you to just consider what if. Okay. That's all I got. That's all I got. Get it to the Contrarian Collective. If you need strategy and whole person identity help, that's the matriarch. But the Contrarian Collective is straight mindset, straight spiritual evolution. We're doing something. We're shifting women into an embodiment into 2025. This is the time and the season to do that work. Strategy, yes, you still need business, right? But the Contrarian Collective is for individuals that need mindset really bad. I'm talking about more mindset than they do. Like, strategy is fine, they understand that, but it's really about mindset and strong spiritual connection. We're going to have a book club starting in October where we're going to be delving into I Am by Howard Falco, Falco. And that book is absolutely phenomenal. It will change your life. I tend to have a required reading for every single program, like that program that I'm putting out there. And the Contrarian Collective is really about focusing more on the self and the evolution. I recognize that a lot of women struggle with that trauma, with that freezing mentality of releasing and just going into and being absolutely fearlessly bold online, and also in their personal life. That's very important. So by faith, we're moving women into this era with their faith, with power, right? With this new, like this fresh anointing. We will be talking about God. We will be talking about capitalism. We will be talking about European dominance. We will be talking about African dominance. We will be talking about different cultural dominance. We will be talking about spiritual order, laws of the universe, the universal principles. I bought the Apocrypha today. I don't know if Elle is still on here. Me and Elle talked about that. I bought the Apocrypha today, which I've always wanted it, and I finally got it. And if you want to know what that is, the Apocrypha is the complete books of, and includes the lost books of the Bible. Book of Enoch is not in the Apocrypha, I don't think, but you need to read it. You need to read Book of Thomas too. I'm trying to find that. Also, the Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ is a very interesting book, because y'all will be very shocked that there was a Christ for each age. And there was an anti-Christ for each age. I'm telling you, well, we're finna get into it. Like, this is like, I'm like lightening up. I'm lighting up. Like, y'all know this is my jam. This is my jam. Like, the matriarch is everything too, but the contrary, baby, that's why I got it as a membership. You in if you want to be in, and if you don't want to know more, you can get out. No commitment. But y'all gonna want to stay in. This is my thing. This is my jam, baby. This is my jam. And make sure if I got some, I couldn't sleep like I wanted to last night. I got something for y'all, for the Contrarian, because I can't leave my girls behind. I'm not gonna leave my girls behind. I'm not gonna leave my beautiful matriarch CEOs behind. So I got something for y'all. 115 days. It's gonna be on. All right, y'all. Go get some sleep. Get into the Contrarian. We're going all in. All right. I love y'all so much. Get you some rest. And tomorrow, y'all tag me in your posts or in your stories if you feel comfortable, and let me know how you're cleaning up your space. I want to see. I really want to see. Like, tag me and let me know how you're cleaning up your space. Have a picture of your desk, or have a picture of what you're doing, or talk about it. This is good marketing for yourself. Okay? This is good marketing. All right. And Quanisha, this is 2019. 2024, this is 2019. This is 2019. This is 2006. Whatever you were doing and you wish you would have done, like if you could go back to those years and wish you would have done things differently, do that now. I'm telling you, I've said this 1,000 times. This is 2019. Maddie is boiling. Okay, I gotta go. Cause I gotta get myself together, baby. I gotta get myself together. Okay, because we're going live. My first live in the Contrarian is Monday night. That's Monday night. And y'all need to get in because we're about to change this price to $197. So it's $165 now, so you better get your booty in there. All right? Whoo. All right. I'm out. All right, y'all. Bye.